But let's talk tech right now with Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au, our resident tech guru who joins us every week to talk about the latest in tech and to answer all of your questions and queries. Don't leave it to the last minute. We always run out of time with this segment. He's on the line for us now. Stephen, good afternoon to you. You would have been waiting like the rest of us yesterday when we saw this massive black and Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp all broken for about 6 hours yesterday. I was glad to see the back of them, frankly.
Yeah, good afternoon, Deb. I wasn't alone there. There was a lot of people who there's just on Facebook more than 2 billion people on the platform, and there was a lot of concern that these sites and platforms that they readily have access to just weren't there. What ended up happening? It was kind of an own goal. It was everyone suspected it might have been a hack, but it was Facebook's own fault that they ran an update on their server and basically just cut themselves off from the rest of the world. So the directions to get to their server were suddenly missing now for every other server around the world to access the platforms. Yeah. And they even had to go in and physically link to the servers. They couldn't access them remotely because they run their own server. The security is very high. And once this update went through, they didn't even exist to their own server. They had to go in there, plug in physically to get it back online.
And even the staff couldn't get inside the buildings because their swipe passes didn't work.
Locks, yeah, that's right. They were all locked as well. So it was the biggest version of locking the keys in the car. You just had to have a workaround.
The timing was interesting, though, because we've got this Facebook whistleblower speaking out against the company, and she'd just spoken publicly on 60 Minutes in the US, and a lot of people were thinking, interesting timing. I wonder if all of her information's just been wiped while it's been black.
Maybe, yeah. No, there was a lot of people who were linking those. It was quite a coincidence. I think she'd appeared on her interview the day before the crash. So I'll leave that for others to speculate. But it was interesting timing for sure.
It certainly was. If you've got a question, 131873 is the number to call. Mari on the email says her phone has bad reception, and she's wondering, is there any way that she can improve it?
Yeah. If you have a recent device, what I recommend people doing is turning on Wi-Fi calling. So basically, what it means is that it uses your home's Wi-Fi network to boost the signal for your calls. I've heard a lot of this has solved the problem for many people where they have sketchy mobile reception, but their mobile network provides what they call the backhaul for the mobile signal, and allows them then to have improved reception. Apart from changing networks and changing telcos, that's the only other thing. Maybe talk to a friend who may be with another network, invite them over to see what their reception's like. That you can, if you want to spend thousands of dollars, you can buy a booster for your home, but it's just not worth it at the end of the day. It's not going to improve it much anyway, apart from them building a tower near your home. But Try the Wi-Fi calling. It has solved the problem for many people.
All right, Murray, there's your solution. Dean, what was your question for Stephen today?
I'm just talking about, I've got two TVs in the house. They're both smart televisions. One's a Hisense and one's a Samsung. The Samsung one's a little bit more expensive, but it doesn't play as many files. So it won't play AVI file format. It won't play XVID. Whereas the cheaper version, the Hisense, it plays everything, every file format. So I could just hide all my old cassettes and DVDs a long time ago, and they're all in AVI files, and just the Samsung TV won't play it. I've tried updating the software, but there's never any updates at all. It says we can't find an update online. Have you got one on a USB? But I'm not sure if that's the process or not.
Yeah, what you'll find is that the format, I think Samsung will stick pretty loyal to the formats they support. There's a certain number of codecs that they allow on their platform, and it's even obviously their own operating system, the Tizen operating system as well. Hisense offer they're a Chinese company, so very very much trying to accommodate as many customers as possible with the different codecs. But it's just one of those things where you just got to put it in the right format to play on the Samsung TVs.
And just with the smartphones as well, smart TVs rather, I know that with a lot of the new streaming services, which they're not all new now, but I know that with Samsung TV, which is what I've got at my place, a number of the apps for the streaming services you can't get on the smart TVs, like Apple Plus TV is one of them, and I think the Paramount Plus you can't get either. When's that likely to change?
Well, it's a matter like Samsung is not being the biggest manufacturer in the world. Normally they accommodate most of them already, because you got to remember it's a case of that particular platform. Obviously, everyone wants to have Netflix, so Netflix is a no-brainer. But all those other platforms like Paramount Plus, KO Sports, all these others, they actually Samsung has to decide, or the other companies have to decide, okay, we need to spend money to develop this app so it works on our platform. And often it's a bit of some cooperation with that particular platform.
But it'll work on the Samsung phones. It's just not on the smart TVs.
Well, Samsung's running Android on their phones. Their TVs are running the Tizen operating system, just like Hisense has the VDAR operating system. They're all got their own OSs. It's just a matter of them finding the time and the money to do it and to help the customer. But bottom line, if you desperately want to play an app on your TV that you can't with it in its present state, you can buy a product like maybe Apple TV or a Chromecast. Chromecast is $99, and if you can create your own platform there and run all those apps.
So there's a
workaround
for
the
it.
age of your TV. Yeah.
All right, good on you. We'll take a quick break. 131873 if you've got a question for Stephen, our regular Wednesday tech, and he can sort out your problems like he just did with mine. 131873 here on Afternoons with Deborah Knight. Joanne. No, we'll try Darrell. Hi, Darrell. What was your question for Stephen?
Hi, Deborah and Stephen. Query, if I could. I was trying to get two apps of the same, like the New South Wales Service app plus the Medicare app, because for my mother and myself, and I'm not able to do it. Is there a way around it by any chance? Everything I've looked up, I haven't been able to do it. So is there a way around to have two apps of the same?
Well, the apps that you need, are you talking about having your certificate? You need the Medicare app, and you also need to register on the MyGov website, not the website. The MyGov has an app that's only to prove your identity, but they do have a MyGov website, and the only other app you would need would be the Medicare app.
Yeah, I've got that for me, but I can't get two of them. That's the problem. I wanted my one from at the same time. That's my question.
You create a different account. Yeah, you have to create a separate account. Like you'd have to log out of the app in your name and then log in with the new account as well.
All right,
create two different accounts on the same phone.
Give that a try, Darrell. And I think a lot of people will be grappling with that with the vaccination certificates being required. Roy, what was your question for Stephen?
I bought a phone from China on the internet. It's supposed to be a good quality one, but it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't recognise my Wi-Fi.
Okay, so what brand did you say that was? Oh, you cut out at the start there.
I'm not sure what the brand is. Okay. It's just a copy of the Samsung.
You're right. Well, it's not recognising the Wi-Fi. Is that the problem?
Mm.
Yep. I punch in the Wi-Fi. I punch it in manually, 5G, 4G, whatever it is. But and I can store it there, but it still doesn't find it.
Okay, so we're talking Wi-Fi in your home, not the cellular, not the 4G, 5G networks, are we?
Yeah. We don't have NBN where we are. We're up in the mountains.
Okay, so you're saying it won't connect to the cellular network, won't connect to 4G and 5G?
No.
Yeah, well, the problem is that probably the phone you bought being a foreign device, the radios in it aren't compatible with our networks.
Right. Oh,
that just doesn't work. It's like you're tuning into the wrong frequency. The radios in the phone just are not compatible with Australian networks, unfortunately.
Okay, that's buyer beware, isn't it? Unfortunately, Roy. Thank you for the call, though. And Cheryl, you've got a query about your printer, have you?
Yes, we bought an Epson ET2710 yesterday. And we connected it to the Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi Direct print. We only use a phone or an iPad. We don't use a computer. But I can't print emails from my phone. I can only print PDFs.
Okay, well, you should you make sure, that you're on the same network as the printer. So make sure the device that you're printing from is on the same network as the printer, which it sounds like you already have. So Is it attachments of emails or just the email itself you want to print out? Because either way, there should be a way to output it to the printer. So there's like a share button, and that way you can share it as if you're going to send it to someone else or output it to a printer. And then because it's on the same network, you're not seeing that on your screen.
When I go through, it's not recognising the printer. If I do an email, I can print off a PDF. If it's an attachment as a PDF, I tried printing off an email this morning, like something that was in an email, but it was a document. but it came out bigger, like really large print.
Yeah.
And on
you know what I'm going to
pages.
do, Cheryl? Time's against us, unfortunately, and I reckon Stephen can solve this for you. So I might get you to stay on the line and we'll get Stephen to talk to you off air to see if we can sort that out, because I'm sure it's probably just choosing a different type of document and it'll be an easy fix. It will be for Stephen anyway. So stay on the line, Cheryl. And as I said, time is against us, but we'll chat again next week. Good on you, Stephen.
Thanks, Deb.
Stephen
Talk to you
Fennick
then.
there. Yep, talk to you then. And check out his website, techguide.com.au. It's 5 to 2.